Good Tuesday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. It is May 31st, the final day of May, and tomorrow is hurricane season. Galen Enoff from Life South joins us, as he does every day, unless we're not here. He's brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and just shipped. Galen, good morning to you.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? How are you?
Well, I want to bring up that tomorrow is the start of hurricane season. There's already a chance that a storm may form that was Agatha. It's coming across the Yucatan Peninsula. It may form later this week into Alex, but if not, it's going to give us tropical depression type atmosphere but over the weekend. But it could develop, 60% chance it develops into a named storm. And again, that just, to me, puts emphasis on the need for blood donations, because you never know what might happen during one of these major storms.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Tom, and you're absolutely right. Blood donation is vital for all preparedness. I just don't get into the hurricanes until it's like, we're in the cone of death or whatever they want to call it today. So, I think you're just trying to catch rainbows up until then.
But folks need to realize that blood donation is something that's needed all the time, but during the national disaster, it's needed. So with a storm possibly looming, what better time than the next 2 or 3 days to go out and give blood?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what really hurts us during the storm is just all the infrastructure that's impacted, whether it's flooding, whether it's wind damage, whether there's no power. It's things like that where the blood supply could be interrupted for, 4 to 5 days. That's the real struggle. Once these storms come, that means you have to have all of that blood supply at the hospital ready to use, and that hospital has to be fully stocked. And that's not always easy to do. That's really the hard part about this time of year.
Well, I was very excited yesterday at the Memorial Day remembrance that took place at the Veterans Memorial Park.
Right.
That there was the bus was quite active yesterday.
Yeah, it's always a good time for us. So we're pleased to be there. We're proud of the fact that we supply the VA hospital and the Veterans Park. We have such a good relationship with them, and they always invite us out whenever they feel that there's going to be enough people to participate. So it's just a great relationship.
Yeah. So Memorial Day yesterday, great celebration out at the Veterans Memorial Park. I know you've been to it before. It was really a good event.
I have.
What I liked about it was whoever's in charge of putting that program together, they keep it moving, brother. Nobody gets long-winded.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of slow. It doesn't slow down.
No, and I also like how it's never about me. They try to avoid the politicians who are actively running, even though there are always a few, right? But they don't allow it to make them about me, because you remember the whole time you're there, it's about the men and women who died for this country, and that's the part that I always remember. Yeah. It's a somber event. It's a somber event, and it really forces you to reflect on just how lucky we are to be here, and all the sacrifices that allow us to live our lives.
It just never, the Troop 72, the Boy Scout Troop 72, did the Pledge of Allegiance, and then the national anthem was sang by County Commissioner Kathy Bryant. This Master of Ceremonies was Carl Zalek. The keynote was done by Commissioner Michelle Stone. But you didn't see a lot of vote for me buttons anywhere, which was great. But what I did, it gets me every time, Galen. When the bugle starts playing taps and then they fire those 7 guns 3 times for the 21 gun salute, I'm like, here I was. I'm fighting it as hard as I could fight it, not wanting to be a blubbering idiot, up in the bleachers sitting there, and just. You get that, the last time I'd heard taps in 21 gun salute, I thought about it. When was the last time I'd heard them together? it immediately took me back to Greg Graham's funeral. That's the last time I'd heard that. So, it's just and the bugle is so haunting and everything. It's just, it's beautiful and haunting all at the same time.
Yeah, I almost break down when I hear it on TV. They played it at the Indy 500 this weekend, and I'm like, I can't. It's just emotional for me. So.
Right.
I mean, I've heard taps play by a bugle on my ship when we gave a burial at sea to one of our master chiefs. That is not an image that I will ever forget.
Yeah.
So,
It was yesterday. They played "Amazing Grace" on the bagpipes. It was
that'll hurt you.
Yeah, but it was a very good ceremony. All the dignitaries that were supposed to be there were there. The wreath laying ceremony was just amazing. But we found out about a young man named Logan, who for his Eagle Scout project had redone the entire flag pavilion, and you thought it was good before. Now it's amazing.
I'll have to go check it out.
And that kid Logan, he was doing his Eagle Scout work, and he did a great job, and it's really worth going to see at the Veterans Memorial Park.
I'll check that out.
I don't want to bring this up, but I have to. Really, Baltimore beat you 10-0?
No, the Red Sox are up and down. I mean, their bullpen is god awful bad. I mean, they were up by 7 runs on Friday and managed to lose that game in the ninth.
The Baltimore Orioles blanked you 10-0.
A lot of problems. They had won 11 out of 15, and then Baltimore comes into town on a 5-game set, and you're like, okay, this is 4 out of 5, right? We should sweep this team, but I'll take 4 out of 5, and instead we lose 3 of 5.
Yeah.
And
to the worst,
to
arguably the worst team in baseball.
No, Cincinnati Reds.
They are pretty bad. The Reds are terrible this year.
The Cincinnati Reds are god awful bad. But the pitching staff for the Red Sox is beat up and hurt. The back end of that bullpen is really, really bad. The middle of the bullpen is really, really bad. Whole bullpen's terrible. I don't know if they have any solutions. They have arguably the best lineup from 1 through 8 at the plate. And they're all hitting the heck out of the baseball.
Yeah, but if you give up 10 runs, you got to score 11.
Yeah, that's just it. There's so much pressure on that team, and they gave some guys a day off yesterday. I watched that. I was just like, this is terrible.
Also, over the weekend, the Champions Cup, UEFA Champions Cup, was played, and
I don't even want to talk about that.
Liverpool finished third in a 2-man game. It was not good.
They did.
Not good.
I mean, they play. You could tell they were dead.
The referees and the side judges did a better game than Liverpool did. It's not good.
They sure did.
It's not good.
They sure did.
Real Madrid is your Champions Cup winner, and they're like for people that don't follow soccer, Real Madrid is the New England Patriots of the Champions League.
They're the Yankees. They're the Yankees. They throw money at people.
Yeah, but I mean in how they've won 7 in the last 14.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
They've won 3 of the last 5 and 7 of the last 14.
Their division is incredibly weak, so they come out all healthy.
Yeah. We're just making excuses. We're just making excuses now.
Liverpool should have beat them. Liverpool's a better team. Their front 5 is better. They were just dead.
They were
horrible. Looked dead.
They were terrible.
Looked really bad.
Yeah.
All right.
They were terrible. So we're done with that. Over the weekend, though, with the help of power plays, the Rangers just snatched the hearts right out of every Carolina Hurricane fan. The Rangers now advance to the NHL East Conference Finals to be the next sacrificial lamb against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
That was fun to watch last night. I mean, the game got over early, which I was glad. I was hoping it wasn't going to go into this triple overtime. Celtics beat the Heat. That was a fun Game 7 to watch. I just enjoyed Game 7. right? I mean, it is the best two words in sports, right? I mean, there's no doubt about that. It was phenomenal, but that's not the best thing that happened this weekend, Tom.
No, we'll get to that after we take a break. We'll be right back after this timeout on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Tuesday. That's right, it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Although I've been trying to act like it's Monday all day. I will tell you, though, Galen Unall joins us from Life South, brought to you by the good folks that Just Shipped, Penn Flooring, and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. I will tell you, Galen, I've been here at the radio station since about 20 after 6. I got up a little early this morning, came in, trying to get a fresh start on how things work here. But, you know, it's because I had such a great weekend. And we were talking about the weekend. I was so energized to get into the week because of how great the weekend was. And yet we haven't even mentioned the greatest thing that happened this weekend.
No, and it's not close. And, of course, that's Top Gun Maverick. Best Memorial Day weekend movie release of all time. Set all kinds of records. I cried. I laughed. I cried again. I laughed again. I don't know what else you could be talking about.
Let me tell you something. I gave up golf Friday so I could take in the 2 o'clock show of Top Gun Maverick at the Epic XL with the reclining seat.
Tom, you do agree after you've seen it. If you don't see it on the most largest screen that's humanly possible,
you have no reason to see it.
You're missing out.
You have no reason to see it.
Do not wait for this to come out on at your house.
No, you don't have a home unless you are uber wealthy and you've spent $150,000 having a home theater put in your house where you have a big screen and everything. You can't watch. Even a 75 or 85 inch TV is not going to do this movie justice. It's just not.
There's no CGI, and this is what I love. There's no CGI in the film.
No, they did all of.
Opening scene.
I love how Tom Cruise. I love how he starts the movie without it's Tom Cruise the actor before the movie starts. How pleased he is that you're in the theater watching the movie.
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, I don't know how busy yours was. There was not a seat available.
Oh, no. It was at 2 o'clock. Look, Epic had it at 1, 1:32, 2:33, 3:33, right? And my theater at 2 o'clock, the 2 o'clock show had 6 seats. That's it. 6.
Yeah. And there was a lot of things I was worried about. I was worried that it was going to be a reboot of the original.
It was not.
It wasn't. The way they handled Goose
was amazing. Amazing.
Oh my gosh, they nailed it. I don't want to give it away because it's still early.
You can't give it away, but there are some parts of what Goose says to Maverick in the original movie. They're said to Maverick again, but it's perfect how that happens. The Val Kilmer cameo is perfect.
Oh, it was great. I was like, all right, let's see how they handle Val. Admiral Kaczynski.
Admiral Kaczynski.
It's so good. I was thrilled to death.
Ed Harris is amazing in the movie. Ed Harris is great at the beginning, and he's only does a cameo, but he's great.
That's right. I left that movie, and I'm like, I'm ready to re-enlist.
John Hamm plays a great antagonist in the movie. It's fantastic.
Very good.
They got a modern day Iceman in the movie. Oh, it's fantastic.
Sure do. Yeah, again, they did that film justice. And granted, we've been waiting a long time for this, right? They talked about how they took all of the actors who are pilots, they put them through a 4-month training course.
Yeah, all the G's and everything you see are accurate.
And they had to run the cameras. I learned that they had to operate the cameras while they were flying the plane.
Yep.
In the plane. Because what an incredible movie. It was fantastic.
Do some of that pilot blank, Mav.
That. By the way, he said that. I went, yeah.
Yeah. The whole audience cheered when that line was spoken. Oh, it's fantastic.
Some of that, it was great.
It was fantastic.
And, I don't want to ruin it, but the piano scene when they enter.
The piano scene was great.
Oh.
The only thing the piano scene was missing is "Take Me to Bed" or "Lose Me Forever." That's the only thing that's missing.
Oh, it was so good.
Even the house of the love interest, it looked vaguely familiar, didn't it? Looked vaguely familiar.
That's a museum.
And
now,
one of them had a Carmen Ghia, one of them had a 911. That
was a beautiful 1974.
Oh,
9/11.
Fantastic!
It was.
By the way, I checked to make sure. Here's the connection there. You know what year the Carmen Ghia was they had? The last year it was made, 1974. So that's why they went with the 1974 9/11.
And to me, I love 9/11s. I think they're the greatest vehicle ever made. And every time it came on, I'm like, God, what a beautiful car.
When I knew it was going to be a great movie was how they did instead of "You've Lost That Loving Feeling" scene, they did another scene, and the way they did that led up to then the next morning the instructor walking in, just like Charlie did in the first movie and embarrassed Maverick and everything.
Fantastic.
They did it the same. It was done almost the same way, but in when I say that, it was also done so totally different that you understood that it was being portrayed the same way that it did in '86, but it was completely different at the same time. They did a lot of things. They did a lot of things that paid homage to the original movie without copying the original movie, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you could watch this movie without having seen Top Gun.
Oh, I'm going to. No, you don't miss it as much. You would not have enjoyed it as much. You have to watch Top Gun to see all the innuendos in Top Gun Maverick.
Absolutely. And my wife and I watched it Friday night. We watched Top Gun. It was so.
By the way,
it's.
I'm going back this week. I'm going back this week sometime. Watch it again.
I'm thinking about it.
I'm going back to watch it again.
Because maybe I was like amped for this movie. Oh my gosh! But it was
2:00 in the afternoon on a Friday, and the place was packed.
I was worried that it was going to be like letting me down, But even though I said this, no matter what, it's still going to be a great movie. Now it's just arguably it's the greatest movie of the 2020s. I don't know of a better movie. And this is a movie that will bring people back to the theaters. It's already been proven.
Oh, yeah.
They're talking about how Spider-Man saved movie theaters.
First
of all, Maverick opened up on more theaters than any movie.
I asked the girl taking tickets.
Largest gross of all time.
I asked the girl taking tickets. I go, y'all showing anything else in this theater this weekend? She goes, very little.
You know what's great is you're walking through the parking lot, and you get that vibe. It wasn't quite like going to a game, but it was close because you walk through, and you see all people that are our age, right? You know, and they're driving up, and they've got Navy retired on their car.
Oh, there were people driving up. There were guys walking in, in like the pilot jackets and everything. Oh, it was amazing.
And you're like, I know what movie they're going to see. Because at first I'm like, maybe I'm like in a silo. I'm the only person who wants to see this movie.
No, sir. No, sir.
No. And again, they should just have a Navy recruiter standing right outside the theater.
Are you under the age of 21? Sign this paper. Yeah, because it would.
Well, there was in one of the opening scenes, they were releasing the aircraft carrier, and you could hear the lines sing. That's what we used to call it, and that brought me right back.
Oh yeah.
The sound was incredible.
I mean, wasn't it great how they, even though they didn't allude to it, how you knew that was the Space Force that they were talking about. You knew that.
Sure, of course.
Space Force.
It was fantastic.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I mean, there was everything about it was great. I loved it. I loved the opening scene. I loved it.
It was just great.
It's incredible.
It's a great movie. And Ed Harris, his cameo was fantastic. And that paid homage. By the way, that paid homage to I forget the man who was the captain that, was on the aircraft carrier at the beginning of the original Top Gun. It paid homage to that same type of interaction, but it was. You notice how they had to make everybody an admiral because Pete was a captain now, so everybody had to be an admiral. That he had to answer to somebody.
That's right.
Except for except for Lieutenant Bradshaw, but we'll leave that alone. We'll leave it alone.
Leave that alone. What a great movie. It was fantastic.
Now I have a friend
working on this isn't giving anything away. He's working on a P-51 Mustang.
Oh, the whole time.
Such a badass.
Yeah.
Pete Mitchell. By the way, Pete Mitchell, greatest Navy man who's ever been on the planet.
Better recruiter than any recruiter. Hey, Galen, we're up against a break because we got an interview for National Donut Day. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, today we're actually at the Planet Fish right there on Mary Camp, so come check us out there tonight. But as always, we're right on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. LifeSouth.org is where all your information, and again, help us get ready for everything that's coming and donate blood.
Galen, we'll talk more about Top Gun tomorrow and the rest of the week. I'm okay with that. Talk to you tomorrow.
Probably. Bye, y'all.
We'll be right back after this timeout on The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
It was a chaotic holiday weekend for those traveling by air this Memorial Day. Roughly 6,000 global flights had been canceled since Friday, with hundreds more flights delayed. That's according to flight tracking website FlightAware. Some 1,640 flights were canceled on Sunday alone. Delta Airlines is heavily affected by the cancellations, with more than 500 domestic and international flights canceled on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. A hepatitis A outbreak has possibly been caused by organic strawberries. The Food and Drug Administration, the Center for Disease Control, and 2 food and public health agencies in Canada are investigating an outbreak of hepatitis A across U.S. and Canada. The number of infections are potentially linked to fresh Campo and Heb organic strawberries, purchased between March 5th and April 25th. USA Radio News.
At Progressive, we know there's nothing like the feeling of riding a motorcycle with your crew on the open road. That symphony of engines roaring in perfect harmony. It's a feeling that would be impossible to recreate on the radio. Until now. Hit it, Jerry. Oh, my word. Really, really terrible. Is that a glockenspiel, Jerry? Quote with Progressive and see if you could save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. No, Jerry. It's over.
Blue Star medicated ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
It really works on the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff. Smear a bit on and the itch is gone.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast, or your money back.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement.